Hi, everybody. Online, I tend to go by Tsukiya, but my friends and family know who I am. Um, so my story begins in at the end of 2008. I was in the process of divorcing my ex-husband, and I met my kid's dad. And things kind of happened fast. Long story short, my angel, Janice, was born September 2009. And there were some signs during the pregnancy that something might have been off. But being my first pregnancy, and I guess there's probably some other reasons, but no one informed me or suspected that something was wrong. So when my file hit the pediatrician's desk when I was 38 weeks pregnant, um, he asks why I wasn't at the provincial hospital. Long story short, she was born at my local hospital via C-section. Due to a reaction to the anesthetic I was put under, and from what I was told, they pulled her out, and there were a lot of complications physically. So Janice was born on September 15th, 2009. She was around 9 pounds, and she was beautiful. So they pulled her out, and the pediatrician apparently had some choice words that would not be appropriate to say online, as he pulled out a phone and was whisked Janice down the halls while he's on the phone with the provincial hospital, because he had never seen a child with the condition that Janice had. When I woke up, my mom just looked at me. I could tell she'd been crying, and she said things didn't go as we planned. At first, I assumed the worst, which was that the baby hadn't survived. But I found out that she had survived. Against the nurses, I insisted on getting a wheelchair and being taken down to the NICU to see my daughter, as I had been informed that they were going to be sending her down to the provincial hospital, but I would have to wait until the next day. I was upset. You don't expect to be separated from your newborn within 24 hours of them being born. So I didn't get to hold her. I just got to see her in the incubator. And she was born with severe spina bifida. It's a neural tube defect that happens during the pregnancy. Normally before you even find out that you're pregnant, very early on. It can be caused by low folic acid, diabetes, several different factors. But the long and short of it is her spinal cord did not completely form. So she had a hole in her back where her spine was protruding out. And so she got sent down to the children's hospital, and I followed the next morning. By the time I got there, I didn't even actually really have time to settle into my room before I had doctors shoving papers in my face saying, you have to sign this. We have to perform surgery on your daughter as soon as possible. She could die. Most of it is a blur, and I signed what they said to sign. I don't think I actually read a single thing on those papers, which any lawyer would tell you that is a bad idea. But all I really understood was that they needed to take care of my daughter and that she could die. So I got in a wheelchair and I did hold her for the first time when she was almost 24 hours old. And I just remember how strong she was. She was flinging herself off of my chest. Due to the spina bifida, there were many abnormalities internally. Externally, they performed the surgery to close up the hole on her back. And her legs were permanently in what they called the sitting Buddha position, essentially cross-legged. They were malformed, so they weren't even like proper length. But she did have legs. She had 10 toes, 10 fingers, and she had a good set of lungs. We were told that there were many complications that could arise from her condition and that they weren't sure on how long she would survive. So we spent the next month with family coming in and out of the provincial hospital to visit me and Janice. And due to the surgeries and medical care that she required, she had what was called an NG tube, which eventually got turned into a G tube. Now the difference is one goes through the nasal cavity and down to the stomach. The other one goes directly into the stomach. Now, I was against the G tube at first because I was hopeful that she would get to the point where she wanted to eat and was able to, like, she had a mouth, she had a tongue, and I was confident that she would start taking nutrients orally as any other child. Now, this video is getting a bit long, so I'm probably going to leave it at this. And there will be more videos to come as I continue on explaining the complications that Janice underwent and how I viewed her life through my eyes, so to speak. And then, of course, we are also going to hit those triggers. And I will try to mark them with triggers, like somewhere on the screen it'll say trigger warning. And I will do the same if it is going to be highly Christian, God talk, for those that don't follow that belief structure. But here's hoping that by my telling my story that I'm helping someone, and that you guys are getting something out of it just as much as I hope to move further in my journey of healing. Have a good day, a good weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon.